It's an alley-oop over to Benezza.
Second, what a feed to Anthony, gets it to go.
At the free throw line, splash. Oh!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Max Stern Athletic Center. I'm Joseph Silver here with Usher Schreier, and we're here tonight for the Tier 3 quarterfinal game between the MTA Lions and the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat. Now let's talk about MTA. MTA got here after a loss to Valley Torah on Thursday, and then they lost again to the Hillel Heat on Friday.
Interesting to note, they did play a good game against Valley Torah as they are the number 2 team here. They were up at halftime, which many teams found surprising. They were able to successfully beat the Valley Torah press, and then things kind of fell apart a little in the second half. As we go more towards Friday's game, they did have a couple key players missing, including Yosef Shmuel, their big man off the bench, missed the first half with a bad ankle, and Donnie Book missed the second half. But when we were speaking to Donnie before the game, he said he's good to go tonight.
All right, that's always good to hear. Now about Montreal. Montreal yesterday, they got a tough matchup after Mag and David upset Ramaz in the first round. They wound up playing against 7-seed Ramaz, who won the Yeshiva League championship, and they weren't able to come out with the victory.
Yeah, but the coach said he's not worried, even playing a bigger team like MTA is tonight, as they've played bigger teams throughout the season, and expect to see a man defense here throughout the game. And he's not worried about their ability to rebound against the bigger MTA team.
Yeah, we were talking to the coach before the game. He said, you know what, Ramaz was a good team. They won the Yeshiva League for a reason, and they were only down 6 at halftime, so it was a good game in the first half. Now let's look at some of the keys to the game. What do you think MTA has to do in order to win tonight?
MTA has to take advantage of that size they have and the experience they have against playing a team like Valley Torah. Playing a full court press could be something that could be tough for Montreal to try to beat, as they do like playing faster paced games.
Yeah, we were talking to Coach Halpert, Coach Sullivan before the game, and he mentioned to us that he's hoping to press them in the beginning of the game. Hopefully, maybe they may be tired off of Shabbos, so maybe force some turnovers early and get ahead. Now going on to Montreal. What does Montreal need to do in order to win?
Montreal needs to stay to their offense and limit the turnovers.
All right, that's from us here, and get ready for a great game after these messages. We're here just before the game. It's Joseph Silver, Usher Schreier, and it's looking to be a good one here.
We'd like to see some good coming out of Shabbos. It's always a tough operation to try to do as we get ready to go into a game. Considering they only got to the gym 25 minutes before game time, that's something tough to look at as we start this game.
Yeah, we were talking to assistant coach of MTA and YU basketball player Aryeh Halpert, and he mentioned that always coming out of Shabbos, it's always difficult, and especially 3 games in 3 days is not easy. But we were talking to both coaches, and they both said you didn't come here to play in the consolation game tomorrow night. You came here to play for the championship, and that's what each team looks to do. As MTA looks to have their starters on the court, the starting lineups for tonight. Starting lineups for tonight are sponsored by the Yeshiva University Office of Admissions. As you start your college journey, make sure you visit us online to check out all the great events and opportunities we have for YU students. Looks like starting for MTA.
Number 12, A.B. Schwartz. Number 4, Donnie Book. Number 13, Gabriel Rodman. Number 21, Donnie Book, and number 33 as a helper.
And for the Hill Heat, looks like it's number 22, Ruben Drazen, number 3, Aaron Lazary, number 15, Johnny Amslam, and number 21, Tal Levy. As MTA wins the tip, and
That's a quick basket, always tough to try to stop that, as MTA designed that tip nicely to get it to Wolk for a nice driving layup.
Tal Levy's got it. Excuse me. That's number 15, Johnny Amslam, and it's stolen by MTA. Halpert, and he misses the layup.
It's good defense there by MTA to force a quick steal on the first possession there.
It's Levy, and that goes out of bounds. Heat ball. And they inbound it over to Lazary. Lazary gives it over to Tal Levy. Tal Levy, top of the key, over to Bodak. Bodak to Levy, inside for 3. And it's no good. They got the rebound, and they get it in. Good play, good rebound by Ruben Drazen. Good play to put it back in.
MTA not showing off the size there, as Drazen went over the top of Book there to get that rebound. He's got to do a better job of boxing out.
Ezra Halpert gives it over to Schwartz. A.B. Schwartz gives it over to Wolk. Wolk to Halpert. No good. Rebound and the foul. It's going to be Donnie Book going to the line for 2 shots.
You've got to finish that open layup off that beautiful pass from Donnie Wolk. Tough one to miss there.
Yeah, Donnie Book at the line, as we mentioned before the game. He was not able to play in the second half of last night's game, but talked to him before. He said he's good to go tonight, as he misses the first one.
Interesting note, as Coach Levy for Hebrew Academy told us, this is the first time since COVID that this Heat team is playing with fans here. We'll see if this
takes
changes.
a second, and he gets that one to go. You give it to Lazary. Lazary out of bounds, MTA ball.
Good pressure there from MTA, as Coach Selvin said he was looking to put some pressure as they try to get the 4 off the court, the ball up the court. That's a tough play to start off early, turn it over at half court. It's 7th turnover already, which is something Coach Levy wanted to limit.
And Halpert's got it. Over the wing. Gives it to Wolf. Wolf's got it.
Over the run.
Over the Rudney. Rudney, the starter shooter for MTA. To Halpert. Halpert layup. No good, and it's good, and the foul. Excuse me. It was a good play by Halpert to cut in over there.
That was a good job finding the open man there to get the ball to Halpert for a good layup, and good finish there with the foul there.
Halpert for the 1 free throw. And he's got it. MTA leads 6-2. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Lazary. And that's going to be a foul on Donnie Wolk, as MTA was doing their press there, as they spoke about pregame.
Sometimes that's the risk of trying to press too much. You're gonna have some trouble trying to avoid fouling there as you get beat.
Levy inbounding, gives it to Bodak. Bodak over to Amslam. Amslam back to Levy. At the wing. Halpert defending. Gives it over to Bodak. Bodak back to Levy. Levy. Lazary's got it in the corner, and he throws it away. And A.B. Schwartz has got it for MTA at the wing. I think he tried to pass, didn't work. As it goes to Donnie Wolk. Donnie Wolk in the paint at the elbow, shoots, no good.
as Coach Sullivan noted, it'd be nice for Donnie Wolf to hit a few more of those. He missed a bunch of them yesterday.
And that's a travel on Johnny Amsellem for Montreal, as we're going to get some subs. We got number 11. Now I got number 11 Samuel Kahns coming into the game, along with number 5 Shlomo Freundlich coming into the game. Coming out is number 15 Johnny Amsellem and number 23 Gabe Bodak. As Halpert has it at half court.
Interesting to note that A.B. Schwartz is wearing number 12 and not his usual number 1 tonight.
Yeah, so for all those following at home with the numbers, note that A.B. Schwartz is wearing number 12 as Aaron Lasry's got it for Montreal. Inside to Drazen. Levy. And it's stolen by MTA. And Book's got it. Gives it over to A.B. Schwartz. Taking it down. Inside to Wolk. Cuts in. No good. Rebound, Book. No good. Book gets the rebound again. Gives it to Halpert. Thought about the 3. Decided not to. Gives it on the wing. And they're going to call a travel on number 13, Gabriel Rudman.
It's a good job to recover there, as Rudman did look to be open there for another shot, as he's the star shooter. They were looking to try to manufacture some shots for him there.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about pregame with MTA's size, hopefully playing a factor for them. Freundlich has it. A good bucket from Montreal over there.
They took advantage of the pressure from MTA there to get a 3-on-2 there for a nice, easy layup, which is something always important to look for as a team is getting pressure.
Halpert's pass is tipped, picked up by A.B. Schwartz for MTA. Looks like the Heat are starting to press now. Gives it up to Halpert. Halpert for Schwartz. Schwartz to Rudman. Back to Schwartz. To Rudman, cuts inside, gives it to Wolf. He tries to pass, and that's going to be a kickball on Montreal. But great press defense by Montreal, by the Judo Academy of Montreal Heat. As coming into the game for MTA, it's number 34 Yosef Shmuel, the big man spark off the bench. Coming in for 21 Daniel Book.
Interesting to note, the shot clock only gets reset to 20 here on a kickball, not the full reset, but then 15, which is gonna be helpful to shut them down for Montreal.
Schwartz has it, gives it to Halpert, gives it to Shmuel in the post, and it's stolen, picked up by Montreal. Tal Levy taking it down court, gives it across for Lasry. Lasry goes inside, gives it back to Levy. Levy. And Levy's got it again at the wing, and they're going to call another travel. That's the 3rd travel of this game.
There's been a lot of turnovers here, as it's been a little sloppy here as the teams come out from Shabbos here.
And it looks like number 15, Johnny Amsellem, is checking back into the game for number 21, Tal Levy.
And 23 for 23 also. Gabe Bodak for Ruben Drazen also.
And Halpert taking it down court. Gives it over to Schwartz. Schwartz back to Halpert. In for Wolf. Back to Halpert on top of the key. Schwartz in the corner. They're really pressing him. Gives it to Wolk. Elbow jumper. And that's no good, but rebound by Schwartz. And they're going to call a foul on the putback. They're going to call that on number 23, Gabe Bodak.
As you have some offensive rebounding there from a guard, that's not something you want to see if you're Montreal there. You gotta get bodies on them as you're the smaller team here. You gotta try to stop the bigger MTA from getting second chance opportunities here.
Yeah, at this time we'd like to thank our sponsor, Dougie's. We'd like to thank Dougie's for being a proud Max Live sponsor for the best barbecue and grill in Teaneck. Make your way to Dougie's. Go to Dougie'sBarbecue.com to order. The link is in the description of this video. And Schwartz steps to the line for 2 shots. And that's good, making it 7-4 MTA with 3 minutes to go. And looks like Montreal has a sub. Number 21, Tal Levy, checks back in for number 15, Johnny Amsellem. And Schwartz with the second shot. No good, but rebounded by Wolk. Wolk tries to put it back up, but good defense. And they're going to call another travel. Wow, refs very excited with the travels this game.
that's something we see fairly often. Usually that they call a lot of travels. It's something to keep track of, and you got to do a better job there because that is something that the refs do to call.
Hey, Levy's got it. MTA pressing him hard. Oh, and they left Samuel Kahns down low, wide open, and he hits it, making it 7-6 MTA.
That's the second time tonight we've already seen Montreal get an easy layup off of failed pressure from MTA.
Here they're going to call a block with the press on number 11, Samuel Kahns. Montreal's fourth foul might be something to watch out for here. And looks like number 14.
Shear is checking in for.
And number 14, Eliezer Shear, is checking in for Ezra Halpert. And inbound it to Schwartz. Schwartz gives it over to Shear. Shear back to Schwartz. Over to Wolk, top of the key. Schwartz gives it over to Rudkin, who cuts in, and it gets stolen by Montreal. Lasry pushing down court. Tries to get it, and that's taken away by Schwartz for MTA. Driving in, and he's got it.
Another tough finish here by MTA here. They've had some good finishes here early, as we've seen a lot of pressure and some sloppy basketball with a bunch of steals going both ways.
Freundlich has it, the wing, gives it back up to Levy. Levy, back to Freundlich, thought about the three. MTA pressing him, gives it over to Kahns. Kahns to Lasry in the corner for three, no good, but he's able to come up with the rebound, and Levy, that's no good. And Donnie Wolk secures it for MTA. Oh, and it's poked away by Shmuel Kahns. Leading to the open basket for Bodak, and he's not able to get it to go.
That was good defense there on the recovery by Avery Schwartz to stop that easy bucket off a bad turnover there by Wolk in the backcourt.
Yosef Shmuel with the shot, no good. Rebound by Bodak. Gives it over to Freundlich.
That looked like to be a bit of a questionable no call there, as that looked to be a little bit of a backcourt violation.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he might have stepped back over. Levy over to Kahns, and they're going to call another travel on Samuel Kahns. These guys really got to be careful shuffling their feet. And we're going to get a bunch of subs. Number 22, Judah Emerson checks into the game for MTA.
Replacing Donnie Wolk.
As number 23, Gabe Bodak, and number 5, Shlomo Freundlich take a seat for Montreal, introducing, and number 2, Abraham Mintiadi coming into the game for Montreal, as well as number 22, Ruben Drazen. And that's blocked by Montreal, and Tal Levy bringing it up court.
As we go under a minute here in the first quarter.
Lasry's got it at the wing, pressure. Gives it over to Drazen. Drazen to Kahns. Kahns dribbles in, goes it back out to Levy. Lasry for three. No good. Rebound Kahns, puts it back up, nothing. And looks like MTA is going to come up with it. It's going to be Rodman for MTA. Driving. Gives it inside to Shmuel. And he makes the shot as he's going to go to the line for an extra one, as he's fouled on the shot.
That's a bunch of early fouls here, something to watch as we go into the second quarter on MTA. That's also the second foul on Ruben Drazen here.
Yeah, he's the big man from Montreal, so that's going to be something to watch. They really need that size going up against MTA, as that's already their 15th foul with 30 seconds to go here. And there's going to be a sub. The aforementioned Ruben Drazen is going to sit with the 2 fouls. Coming into the game is number 10, David Fallenbaum. Also sitting is Samuel Kahns. Coming back into the game is Johnny Amsler from Montreal.
Ezra Halpert also back into the game for Evie Schwartz here.
And the shot from Shmuel is good, extending MTA's lead. 12-6 now, 30 seconds to go. Levy brings it down court. Top of the key. And they're going to call a kick ball, but good defense by MTA.
That's the second kick ball we've got early also here, which is something interesting to note, is you don't see that very often when you're watching basketball. Interesting to note, we have a much bigger Montreal crowd here live with us, which is very surprising considering MTA is the host school here. You would expect to have better support here on the Motzei Shabbos.
And that's a missed shot by Shmuel, rebound by Minciati. And they're going to call We're going to call a foul on MTA with 5 seconds to go here. And Montreal's going to get a chance to inbound it with 5 seconds to go.
Under the hoop, look for them to get an easy pass in here for a good shot.
Johnny Amslam inbounding into Aaron Lazary, and that goes over. Good defense. And he just chucks up a shot, and that's going to be no good. As we finish the first quarter, the score is MTA 12, Hebrew Academy of Montreal 6. We'll be right back with the second quarter. And welcome back to the second quarter between MTA and Hebrew Academy Montreal. NCSY Summer is the premier summer provider for Jewish teens around the world. With over 20 plus programs spanning the US, Israel, and Europe, NCSY Summer has a program for you. Visit summer.ncsy.org to learn more and choose your summer experience today. And make sure at halftime not to go anywhere. We'll have the amazing Step It Up Basketball Camp halftime show after this second quarter. And it's going to be Montreal ball inbounding at half court as MTA won the tip. Although I think the refs are calling the ball for MTA.
Yeah, no. Interesting. Must have been a jump ball call that we missed in the first quarter there.
21, Daniel Book got it inside, goes up, and he makes the shot. 14-6 MTA. That's a good start to the quarter for them.
That's something Coach Sullivan said he wanted to see. Pound it inside, make Montreal stop them in the paint. As the bigger team, that's a good sound plan. It's interesting to see that we have MTA here as the road team tonight.
Oh, and that shot is blocked by Tal Levy. It's going to be MTA ball down low. Shear inbounding, gives it over to Book. Book back to Shear, cuts in. Pressed by Montreal, and Halpert can't handle the pass as it's going to be Montreal ball going the other way.
Another early turnover here. It's a lot of turnovers to see going on early. It's been a bit of a tough defensive battle. Not much offense going other than MTA in the paint.
Levy's got it top of the key. Gives it inside, back to Levy. Levy on the layup, and he gets fouled. They're going to call that on Donnie Book for Montreal. For MTA, that's going to be his first, I think. Third team foul for MTA.
As we're going to see Donnie Wolk check back in now after that early foul, we'll look to see MTA continue to play with their two big men here.
And that shot is good by Tal Levy.
As MTA goes three big guys here, as Rudman takes a seat, you're going to see Wolk playing a little bit of guard, which is something we did see a little bit in the Valley Torah game on Thursday also.
And the second shot for Levy is good. 14-8 MTA, as looks like Montreal switching to the full court defense. Book gives it over to Wolk. Wolk back to Halpert.
That's a good use of post free throws, setting up a full court press there by Coach Lee.
And Wolk's got it inside. And he tries to give it over to Shmuel, but that's stolen by Aaron Lazary from Montreal.
It's good hands-on defense here early by Montreal with a bunch of steals going.
And they're going to call the foul on Donnie Book. That's going to be his second. Let's see if Coach Sullivan is going to sit him here with 2 fouls now.
Doesn't look like it. It'll just going to tell him to be a little more careful here, not to reach in. That's a dumb foul to give up there.
Lazar's got it at the wing. Gives it over to Sullivan, and he hits the three. That was Amslam, sorry. That was a good play by Amslam. as the Montreal fans are loving it here. Donnie Wolk gives it to a cutting Halpert. Halpert tries to give it over to Book. Doesn't get it to go. Pass is tipped. Book gets it. Gives it to Schmuel. On the wing to Rud. Shoots. And not get it to go on the Eliezer sheer miss. Lasry taking it down court. And they're going to call another travel. These guys really got to be careful now with their feet. And it looks like number 12, A.B. Schwartz, is going to check back into the game for 21, Donnie Book, who's probably going to sit with the 2 fouls. And speaking of 2 fouls, Ruben Drazen checking into the game for Montreal.
Also, now that the press is on, Coach Selvin wants to get his starting point guard back into this game in A.B. Schwartz.
Eliezer Shear's got it. Montreal pressing. Gives it to Halpert. Halpert cuts inside. And they're going to call a charge. It's a good job drawing the charge over there by God Levy. Daniel Fallenbaum from Montreal. Good getting his body in the way over there.
As we have both teams with 5 fouls now here, that's something to watch. They only have 1 more foul to give here the rest of the half.
Lasry's got it. Fallenbaum. Back to Lasry. Lasry cuts inside, puts it up. No good. And they're going to call an off-ball foul on Drazen, and that's going to be his 3rd. That could be problematic for Montreal now, with Drazen having 3 fouls. And now we're going to see his brother, actually, Mayor Drazen, checking into the game.
We can show his brother might be causing these 2 Drazen families in Montreal. As we have Rudman checking back in now for MTA.
And A.B. Schwartz has got it. Wolf setting a pick. Schwartz at the wing. Schwartz in the corner, gives it to Halpert. Halpert to Rudkin. Rudman, layup, and he's got it.
That was a nice finish there, good play. That was a dangerous pass to start the possession there to try to beat the press to go far up court.
Lasry gives it over to Amstelem. Amstelem gets it back in the corner, shoots. No good rebound, Donnie Wolk. And Halpert's got it at the wing. Gives it back to A.B. Schwartz. Into Donnie Wolk at the elbow. Cuts inside, not able to get it. Rebound, Yosef Shmuel. Oh, nice pass. And they're going to call a jump ball on the block. That was good defense by Johnny Amstelem from Montreal. And it's going to be Montreal ball after the jump. And here we're going to see number 11, Samuel Collins, checking back into the game for Gabe Bodak. Lasry just letting it roll, finally picks it up, gives it over to Amstelem. Amstelem being pressed. Gets the Fallenbaum. Amstelem cutting inside, kicks it out for Lasry. Lasry back to Amstelem. Amstelem thinks to shoot, gives it to Lasry who shoots, and he makes the 3.
As we've got a very loud Montreal crowd here, letting this gym be heard here. That's something we don't. MTA should not be happy to see, considering this is their gym.
And that's going to be A.B. Schwartz, and he's going to get fouled on the layup attempt. Let's see what they're going to.
As that's the 7th foul here on Montreal in the half. We got 4 minutes left, and MTA is going to be shooting the rest of the way on any fouls.
We're going to call the foul on number 15, Johnny Amstelem. That's his 1st, and as Usher just said, that's the team's 7th.
Seems like Montreal plays a bunch more players here than MTA, than we will see from MTA in this rotation here. Coach Levy has a bit of a deeper rotation.
As we see Jacob Diner checking into the game for number 24, Mayor Drazen. As A.B. Schwartz misses the 2nd shot, rebound by Devin Fallenbaum.
You can't afford to miss free throws. It's never something you want to see as a coach. When you miss your free throws, that's something that could come back to haunt you later in the game.
Amstelem gives it over to Fallenbaum. Fallenbaum to Lasry. Puts it up at the wing, and no good. Rebound, Donnie Wolk. And good defense by Montreal trying to get it out, but they're unable to. Give it to A.B. Schwartz in the backcourt. Halpert tries to hit a cutting Rudman, but the pass is deflected, and they get it back. Schwartz has it. Gives it to Rudman. Rudman to Halpert. Halpert cuts in, kicks it out for Schmuel. Back up to Rudman. Rudman cuts in, and no good on the layup attempt. And he and he's able to get it to fall the second time.
Must have been blocked that first time if he's allowed to catch it and go right back up. That was a good job by Rudman to follow his own shot.
And Fallenbaum has it cutting in baseline. Gives it to Amsterdam. Amsterdam to Lasry at the wing. Back to Amsterdam. Puts it up for three. No good. Rebound Donnie Wolk.
It's not something you want to see if you're MTA. So many open shots in Montreal here, as Montreal's a pretty good shooting team. As their coach told us before the game, that's something they like to do. They like to shoot a lot.
And Ezra Halpert gives it inside for Donnie Wolk. Gives it to Gabe Rudman. And the pass is intercepted by Lasry as they're pushing the other way. Lasry with the layup. And that's going to be no good. Rebound by Yosef Shmuel. Gives it over back to Ezra Halpert.
As some people on the MTA side thought that layup attempt should have been called out of bounds as it hit the top of the backcourt.
That's a missed three by A.B. Schwartz, rebounded by Donnie Wolk, excuse me. And A.B. Schwartz with a nice layup attempt, and Montreal's going to call timeout here. 2 minutes to go, down by 6.
Set the break now.
And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Okay.
And we're back.
Something interesting to know from SJ from the MTA huddle is that the coach is interested in getting suggestions from the players.
And that's good to know from the huddle, as MTA definitely listening to the players, seeing what they have to say. As that's good defense, gets over to Lasry, back to Amsterdam. Amsterdam inside, and that's going to be a foul on number 4. Donnie Wolk, as Gabe Bodak tried to go up for the shot. It's MTA's 6th foul, so now both teams are in the bonus, and that's going to be Book's second.
Not Book, Wolk.
But Wolk's second, excuse me.
You have both Wolk and Book having 2 fouls here as we go towards halftime. Yosef Shmuel still in this game for a long stretch here off the bench.
And the first shot is good by Gabe Bodak. Make sure not to go anywhere at halftime, as right after the quarter's over, we're going to have S.J. Tannenbaum meeting with having an interview with one of the coaches right at the end of the half.
As we have Judah Emerson checking in for Donnie Wolk here as we get towards the end of this first half.
And Gabe Bodak with the second shot, and he hits both of them, making it a 4-point game with 1:43 to go.
Let's see if we see anything different here from MTA as they go a little bit smaller with Judah Emerson in for Donnie Wolk.
And Ezra Halpert gives it over to Shmuel, and that's a nice finish from Yosef Shmuel.
Good pass there from Judah Emerson to work the ball for the open layup. That might have been a bit of an adjustment the coach saw, that they can get open if they work a little smaller. Judah Emerson could be a little bit of a better passer to have on the floor there to get the open cutter there.
Especially with that Montreal press, as it's turned over by Amsterdam. And Rudman's taking it down. Rudman tries to drive, kicks it out to Emerson. Emerson gives it over to Halpert. Halpert to Rudman in the wing. Rudman cuts in, tries to give it to Yosef Shmuel, and he's not able to handle the pass, as it's going to be Montreal ball with 53 seconds to go.
Been a lot of turnovers here in this first half, which is something that Coach Levy for Montreal did not want to see here, as that being down 6, cut down on some of those turnovers. You could even be up at halftime.
And the frontless guard from Montreal gives it back to Tal Levy. Tal Levy gives to Aaron Lazary. Lazary back to Levy. Levy inside for Bodak. Bodak kicks it out to Amselen. Amselen gives it over to Lazary. Lazary shoots. And that's no good. Rebounded by Rudman as there's 21 seconds to go. Shot clock is turned off. And I'd imagine MTA holds it here for the last shot. Halpert hands it off for Rudman. Rudman hands it off for Schwartz. Schwartz to the corner for Emerson for three. No good. Rebound Yosef Shmuel. Back up. And he's got it to go. That's going to make it 24-16 at halftime. As we're going to go to our sideline reporter, S.J. Tenenbaum, who's standing by with MTA head coach, Coach Sullivan.
MTA Lions, Mr. Ushi Sullivan. Coach, your team is up by 8 at the half. What have you seen in the first half that you've liked so far from your players?
I like the aggressiveness. We had nice passes for layups, sharing the ball well. And for the weaknesses, we're still making way too many turnovers for my liking offensive rebounds. So we have to toughen up on those, and then I think we'll be okay.
Now you're playing what is technically a road game for you guys, but in your home gym and in front of a rowdy and loud Hebrew Academy of Montreal fan base. What is it like for your team to play technically a road game in your home court, but in front of such a loud fan base for the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat?
Actually, I think it's good for the boys. They feel comfortable in the gym, yet they're getting inspiration from the other team, booing them and cheering the other team on. So it's giving them some life. So I think it's good.
Thank you so much for the time, Coach. Good luck the rest of the game. Head coach for the MTA Lions, Mr. Ushi Sullivan, back to you guys.
And as we go to the halftime break, it's 24-16. MTA Lions leading the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat. We'll be right back after the break.
Step It Up is not your typical basketball camp. We produce unbelievable results. You will get better here. You will get better as a person. You will get better as a player. That's the Step It Up way.
My story started with a letter in the mail. I took my first steps in New York and felt the energy all around me.
I connected with my Rebbe on the first day of Shir.
My story was learning that the mitochondria is more than just the powerhouse of the cell.
I made my painting from scratch, like really from scratch.
My roommates came here from 4 different countries. We lit one menorah together.
My story was practice every night.
Chavruta every night.
Subway rides, city lights.
In my story, my name was in the headlines.
The bylines.
The University Museum.
My story was my internship at the Supreme Court.
Dancing with the Israeli flag in Times Square.
My story was participating in the only hackathon, not on Shabbat.
The Career Center found me my first job at a top business analytics firm.
My story was becoming best friends with my chavruta.
And holding that NCAA trophy.
My story started here.
My story is just beginning.
When I was in 9th grade, someone told me to give up on ball. He told me, basketball will only take you so far in life. You're not going to make it to the NBA, he said. What he was missing is that making it to the NBA isn't the only reason why we play. of basketball leaves you with so much more than just the game itself. The life lessons and friendships that are made while playing the game will outlive the game and can last a lifetime.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center. This is the Step It Up Basketball Camp Halftime Show. We've got big news. We are excited to announce that Camp Step It Up is moving to Hobart College in Geneva, New York for summer 2022. Camp will start on June 22nd and end on August 3rd. Hobart is located just 4.5 hours north of New York City, and busing will be offered to camp from New York City and Teaneck every week. Camp is open to all boys and girls, grades 3 through 12, with 1 to 6 week options available. Gorgeous campus facilities include air-conditioned rooms, indoor basketball courts, a weight room, a lakefront, and beachfront on and near campus, lounges, and more. For more information, email office@campstepitup.com or visit timetostepitup.com. Now we're back here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. MTA Lions leading Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat 24-16. What's going right for Montreal, Usher?
What's going right so far? They haven't seemed to have that much trouble with the press, and they've gotten some decent open looks for the shooters, which is something they like to see, as they are a decent shooting team. If a few more shots fall, this could be a different game.
And what does MTA need to keep doing right in order to secure the win here?
Keep up the pressure on defense to keep forcing the turnovers and continue to pound the ball inside. Whether it's your big men needing to finish, we've seen a couple good finishes from A.B. Schwartz and some of the other guards also.
Yeah, it's interesting to note also that although MTA is the host team playing in their home gym, the Montreal fan base has really come out to support their Heat here this game.
MTA is technically speaking the road team tonight, though, in their home gym, which is something SJ told us about when speaking with Coach Sullivan. That's something interesting to see for this team. Familiarity with the gym, but having a raucous crowd from the other team is not something they've necessarily seen in their own gym this season.
Yeah, and for Montreal, this tournament is very good for them. With the Corona restrictions in Montreal, this is actually their first game since the beginning of Corona in over 2 years that they're actually having fans at the game. So it's good to see them back and loud for supporting their Heat.
There've been a lot of turnovers in this game. If we see a cleaner game, that could be the advantage Montreal, as they do like playing a little quicker. And MTA, when pressuring, we did see 2 open layups for Montreal from beating that press. If we see more of that, that could be something to watch for MTA. Maybe it won't be worth it to continue pressing so much if Montreal can continue beating that press. They haven't shown that other than 2 plays that they can beat the press, though.
Yeah, it's also interesting to note that some foul trouble here. Ruben Drazen for, Mayor Drazen for Montreal already has 3 fouls, and we're going to see how that plays into their game plan with MTA usually playing big.
It's Ruben's one of 3 fouls, but we also have 2.
Ruben Drazen. I was correct the first time. Ruben Drazen with 3 fouls.
We also have Donnie Walker, Donnie Book having 2 fouls for MTA here.
And now we're going to send it over to our sideline reporter, S.J. Tenenbaum, here with Coach Levy of the Hebrew Academy Heat.
Standing here with the head coach of the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat, Mr. Maury Levy. Coach, your team is down by 8 going into halftime. What have you seen in the first half that you didn't like, and what did you see that you think you guys did well? And what do you guys need to do going into the second half to beat this MTA Lions team?
I thought we played aggressive defense pretty well. We switched it up a little bit. I think we have to move the ball a little bit more on their prep, playing a 2-3 zone. We got to get the ball moving just a little bit quickly, reverse the ball like we usually do. And I think they are used to this now. I think we're going to surprise guys in the second half. We'll come out strong, very strong.
Now, this is technically a home game for you guys, but you're playing in the opposing team's home court, but you got a rowdy fan base here all the way from Montreal. What's it like for you guys to play in your opposing team's home gym, but with such a loud and passionate fan base that you have here tonight?
Well, we're blessed and we're embracing this in Montreal. We haven't been able to play in front of fans for the past 2 years. This year we started playing again. No fans still allowed, but there's a lot of fans back home in Montreal watching and a lot of supporters here, so we love it.
Anyone you want to give a shout out to watching at home in Montreal?
Well, all our fans back home, thank you, and my wife and all my kids are here, so it's great.
Thanks so much for the time, Coach. Good luck the rest of the game. Head coach of the Hebrew.
And we're back ready to start the third quarter with MTA up 24-16. And it looks like MTA is going to start out the quarter with number 21 Donnie Book, number 4 Donnie Wolk, number 12 A.B. Schwartz, number 13 Gabe Rudman, and number 33 Ezra Halpert. From Montreal, we got number 3 Aaron Lazary, number 21 Tal Levy, number 15 Jonah Amsalem, number 22 Ruvain Drazen, and number 23 Gabe Bodak. As Rudman drives in, kicks it out to Halpert at the wing. Halpert over to Schwartz. Schwartz driving. And he goes and he gets it. And they're going to call a charge. That's a good play by Ruvain Drazen to get the charge.
That was good pressure as it was late in the shot clock that A.B. Schwartz had to get into that lane, which allowed Drazen some time to get straight up there. But that's a risky attempt to take a charge there from Drazen with 3 fouls there.
Levy gives it over. The 3, no good, but rebound Bodak. Bodak back up, and he's got it to go. 24-18 now, MTA lead.
This is precisely something that Coach Sullivan said he didn't want to see. Too many offensive boards here for Montreal. You got to do a better job cleaning up on the rebounds on the defensive end here if you're MTA, if you want to continue to lead in this game.
Ezra Halpert with it at the wing. Gives it over to Gabe Rudman. Rudman, and it's stolen away by Bodak. And it's stolen again by Donnie Wolk, and he gets fouled on the layup attempt. And he'll go to the line for 2.
It could have gone on Drazen there, and it didn't. Interesting to note that foul was on Aaron Lazary as Drazen was there. That's big that was not called on Drazen, as Drazen already has 3 fouls here.
And the first one is no good from Donnie Wolk. And at this time, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Lake Como. Come to Como Pizza for some great pizza, pasta, salads, and even awesome breakfast options. We will be streaming the games at the store, making it a great place to watch the games while you eat. As Donnie Wolk makes the second shot for MTA, extending the lead to 7. Aaron Lazary, the MTA press, leads for a wide open layup for Tal Levy, and he's not going to miss that, cutting the lead to 5.
That was another thing we noted that if that continues to happen, that's going to be something to watch for, as that's the 3rd time we've seen that tonight, where MTA extended the press, and that led to an easy open layup for Montreal.
Donnie Wolk driving, and they're going to call a block over there on Ruvain Drazen. That's his 4th. One would think he's got to come out here. One more foul, and he'll be out for the game.
That might be a tough break here for Montreal, having to deal with real foul trouble for Ruvain Drazen here. We might not see him until the final 4 minutes of this game. We're going to have an extended run without him on the floor. We'll see if MTA can take advantage inside here.
And Donnie Wolk, again, this is the first one. And checking in for Ruvain Drazen is going to be number 10, David Fallenbaum. As we hear the Montreal fans real loud, as Donnie Wolk stepping up to the line in the second shot, and that one falls, making it a 6-point lead for MTA.
That's a lot of missed free throws so far, as he's only gone 2 for 4 so far this half, Donnie Wolk. That's something to look out for as Montreal tries to get back into this game. If MTA can't hit the free throws, that might be the exact opportunity that Montreal needs to get back into this game.
And that was a nice shot, elbow jumper by Levy. And it cuts the lead to 4. Ezra Halpert's got it as the Montreal fans here are hype supporting their team. Halpert drives, and that's going to be a blocking foul on number 10, David Fallenbaum, as Ezra Halpert is going to go to the line for 2 shots now. A lot of fouls by Montreal early. That's already their 3rd team foul.
We have seen some good looks, though, here coming out of the half for Montreal to get some easy layups and good shots as they cut it from an 8-point lead to a 4-point game here in the first 2 minutes of the half.
And he hits the first one, making it a 5-point lead for MTA.
As free throws could be something to keep note of throughout this game for MTA, as they have missed some and gotten to the line a lot.
And Halpert hits both. It's definitely something you like to see, having your guards hit their free throws. As Levy takes it, gives it over to Lasry. Lasry back to Levy. Levy gives it over to Fallenbaum. Inside to Bodak. Back out to Levy. Levy to the wing for Lasry. To the corner for Amselin. Gives it back to Levy. Levy into the corner for Lasry. Lasry for 3. And no good, but rebound Bodak. And they're going to call a jump ball. Looked like there was some contact, but they're calling a jump ball, and it's going to stay Montreal ball.
Must be the 3rd jump ball in this game already, because MTA started with the ball in every quarter here so far.
And Amselin gives it over to Levy, back to Lasry. Amselin at the wing, gives it over to Fallenbaum, inside for Bodak. Lasry for 3. And he gets that one to fall. Making it a 1-possession game. 28-25, 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
And we've got a very passionate Montreal crowd getting this gym very loud here for a not so crowded gym here. And that's a quite loud, passionate fan base.
Yep. As we got Abe Schwartz in the corner for 3, no good. And that's going to be rebounded by Amselin from Montreal as they're going to push. And they're going to call a technical foul here on Donnie Book. I didn't see what happened, but as Amselin was taking it down court, they called it on Donnie Book going the other side.
It looked like he got called for, he felt he got pushed on that rebound there and he was upset. He was trying to say something to the ref, but he said it in not so great tone.
As Lasry's going to be the shooter for Montreal. And he's unable to capitalize on the technical free throw.
There's 2 free throws here on technical foul.
It's going to be, here's the other one for Lasry. And he gets the second one to fall. So now it's a 2-point game. Montreal ball. This is getting close here. As Donnie Book is going to take a seat. With Yosef Shmuel coming in to play center off the bench.
Coach Sullivan wants an explanation for that technical foul call. He felt there was nothing excessive said.
And the ref done explaining now comes and gives it over to Levy. Levy inbounds to Lasry. Lasry hands it off to Levy. Levy gives it back to Lasry at the wing. Amselin on top of the key. Lasry on the Levy on the wing. Levy driving. And it's going to be MTA ball.
Another jump ball, I think it was the call there.
Halpert taking it down. Levy pressing. Schwartz has it now. And Schwartz driving in, kicks it out. Over to Book. Book with the layup. At the Wolk, Donnie Wolk, and he's got it to go. Extending the lead to 4 for MTA with 4 minutes to go.
A little bit better play there. We've seen Wolk get a couple open layups here tonight after he really struggled shooting, going 1 for 13 yesterday against the Hillel Heat.
And that pass is stolen by 34 Yosef Shmuel. And A.B. Schwartz has it top of the key. Gives it to Rudman. Rudman to Wolk. Gives it back to Rudman. And he gets the jumper to go. Extending the lead to 6.
That was a tough position to finish one there, so close to the basket without using the board there. Good finish there by Gabriel Rudman.
And Tal Levy kicks it to the corner for Amselin, who goes for 3. No good. Rebound Yosef Shmuel for MTA.
As we've seen time and time again, Montreal gets
and
some good looks.
And it goes long for Donnie Wolk. And he's unable to capitalize. Tries to get the rebound, then he's going to get fouled and go to the line for 2. That was a nice pass by cross-court pass by A.B. Schwartz. That's going to be Fallenbaum's 10th foul, and already Montreal's up to 4.
His second foul, number 10, Fallenbaum's
Sorry.
foul. As interesting move here from Coach Levy, bringing Drazen back into the game with 4 fouls here.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to be able to take advantage, or if he's going to unfortunately pick up number 5 and his night will be over. As Donnie Wolk takes the first shot, and he hits it. And as we said before, Ruben Drazen checking back into the game, along with number 11, Samuel Kahns. Coming out from Montreal is going to be number 10, David Fallenbaum, and number 15, Johnny Amsler. As Wolk gets ready to take the second shot. And that's no good, rebounded by Montreal. Tal Levy really pushing. And he gets the layup to go, and that's a nice finish by Tal Levy, cutting the lead to 5.
Good job taking advantage there by Levy of MTA not getting back off the missed free throw there.
And A.B. Schwartz has it. A.B. Schwartz, pull-up jumper. And that's going to be short, rebounded by Bodak, who gives it over to Levy. Levy at the wing. Gives it to the corner for Lasry. Gives it over to Kahns. Back to Lasry in the corner. Inside for Bodak. Lasry cuts in. Big jumper, tried to give the pass, and it's tipped by MTA, and it's going to be Montreal ball.
As Coach Levy said, Montreal's doing a good job beating this MTA 2-3 here as they work into the high post, which is a good way to beat the 2-3 zone here.
As I think we're going to get a sub here for Montreal. As Johnny Amsler is checking back into the game for Samuel Kahns. So that was a quick seat for Johnny Amsler. As he checks back into the game here. Levy inbounding. Finds Lasry for 3, and he's got it. It's a 2-point game with 2.5 here to go. And the Montreal fans are going crazy.
As Coach Levy said, they'd look to get back into this game very quickly, and that was. It looks like Kahns was just taken out because they like the look they would have there with Amsler in for the inbound to get the open 3 there.
A.B. Schwartz gives it over to Donnie Wolk, top of the key. A.B. Schwartz at the wing, inside to Yosef Shmuel. Moves in, and he hits the 2.
That's good defense there by Drazen with 4 fouls there, and not foul and stay straight up to contest it there.
Tal Levy's got it. Aaron Lasry thought about the 3, didn't go. Gives it over to Amsler. Amsler in the corner, back to Levy. And now Lasry's got it, back to Levy. Top of the key. Good screen by Bodak. Pull-up jumper. And that's going to be no good. And that's going to be tipped. Rebound Amsler.
Another offensive board here for Montreal. That's something Coach Salvin did not want to see. There's been too many of those for the Heat here, as they get a lot of second chance opportunities. That's not something you want to see. As
and
you try to
Lasry
hold the
for
lead
3. And that's going to be short. Rebound A.B. Schwartz. And they'll slow it down over here. Donnie Wolk backing him down. Shoots over a double team, and it's not going to be good. Rebounded by Amsler. And he gives it over to Levy, taking it down, looking to push. And that's poked by Wolk. But Bodak gets it, and that's poked by Wolk again. And A.B. Schwartz is able to come up with the ball over here for MTA. As, almost stolen over there by Aaron Lasry in the good backcourt defense. Halpert's got it, top of the key. Gives it over to Rudman. Rudman over to Shmuel. Shmuel back to Rudman. Rudman drives, gives it inside to Shmuel. Over to Wolk. Tries to get a cutting A.B. Schwartz, but it doesn't go. Stolen. And Bodak, Ruben Drazen lost the handle on it, and it's going to be MTA ball with 31.9 seconds to go.
That could be the break MTA needs to try to stop the bleeding here, as Montreal brought this game closer. If they can hold for one and finish off with a basket here, that could keep it a 2 to 3 possession game here going into the fourth quarter.
And for Montreal, 11 Kahns is checked in for number 22, Ruben Drazen, as the inbound is to Yosef Shmuel, and he hits the 2.
I don't agree with that call by Coach Sullivan to go for the quick bucket with the shot clock turned off there. Now you give Montreal a chance to get another bucket to close out the quarter as they start the fourth quarter with the ball. That could be that's a 2 for none that they can end up with.
And that's an early questionable shot by Gabe Bodak as A.B. Schwartz taking it down court, gives it over to Book, and he turns it over. And Lazary tries to get off the shot, and he got it, but that's not good. And it's going to be 37-31 MTA at the end of the third quarter. And we'll go to break. We'll be right back. And we're back here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. MTA leading Hebrew Academy of Montreal 37-31 going into the fourth quarter. At this time, we'd like to give a shout out to Chopsticks for being a proud Max Live sponsor. For the best Chinese food in Teaneck, you've got to go to Chopsticks. Head over to chopsticksusa.com to order online. The link is in the description of the video. That's Chopsticks with an X. MTA leads over here by 6. What does Montreal got to do to finish out and come back and win?
They've got to continue to limit turnovers here and continue to get those open looks and not give second chance opportunities, obviously. But first and foremost is limit the turnovers and continue to get those good open looks as they were very successful in the third quarter here. We've got Yosef Shmuel leading MTA with 10 points and we have Lazary leading the Hebrew Academy of Montreal with 10 points as well.
And we start the fourth quarter with Tal Levy and Johnny Amslam has it in the corner. Back up top to Tal Levy. Tal Levy gives it over to Bodak. Bodak inside, no good. Rebound Donnie Book. Over to A.B. Schwartz taking it down court. A.B. Schwartz gives it over to, and the shot, no good. Rebounded by Bodak. Bodak, ooh. And Aaron Lazary's got it. Gives it over to Tal Levy. Tal Levy back to Lazary. To Amselen for the wing three. And no good, and that's going to be out of bounds as it went over the top.
That's a feature that you see often here in the Max Stern Athletic Center of the rafters affecting a shot there. Not as common to see it on a wing shot, more often from the corner, but this was just off the bounce, not hitting it directly on the shot.
And A.B. Schwartz taking it down for MTA. Gives it over to Eliezer Shear. Now Rudman with it. Inside to Yosef Shmuel. Back to Shear. Kicks out to Rudman. Wide open three. No good. Good rebound, Yosef Shmuel. As Shear has it back at the wing. Inside to Shmuel. Kicks it out for Rudman. Rudman drives. Pulls up. And that's going to be no good, but another offense. Oh, no. And another MTA gets it back. And Coach Sullivan is going to call a timeout over here for MTA.
As we still have MTA leading 37-31 here, a minute and a half into the fourth quarter here as we...
Yeah, we've seen one of the big storylines to this game is the massive Hebrew Academy of Montreal fan base coming out and watching the game. It's their first time, as we said before, it's their first time in over 2 years being able to see their Heat play. And it definitely looks like it. They're definitely showing up for their team.
Interesting after how big of a crowd we saw for MTA on Thursday for that game against Valley Toro. They seem to be not a lot of fans here supporting the team here. A lot of the students are not here on Montse Shabbos, which is interesting to note.
Yeah, I was at the game on Thursday. The crowd was going nuts, but it seems to be that most of that MTA's fan base kind of stayed at home on this Montse Shabbos. And A.B. Schwartz checks it in to Ezra Halpert. 6.5 to go, MTA up 6. Levy defending. Gives it over to Schwartz. And Schwartz cuts inside, and he cannot get the layup to go. Rebound Bodak.
We had Coach Levy saying in the huddle here, we have to continue to fight for everything here if we want to come back in this game to pull it out here and win this one, as we would love to continue to play meaningful games here and not just consolation games here the next 2 days.
And it's a turnover by Montreal as Rudman takes it inside, and good defense there by Ruben Drazen, not picking up his 5th foul, as Halpert has it at the top of the key. Halpert inside to Shmuel. Shmuel gives it to Halpert, and he can't handle the pass. The pass was tipped by Tal Levy, as it's going to be MTA ball.
Only 10 seconds left on the shot clock there. So MTA has to get a quick shot coming out of the
MTA
inbound
looks
there.
to be setting up for some kind of play, and they give it into Yosef Shmuel. Gives it over to Yosef Shmuel for 3. And no good. He was forced into that with the shot clock.
There was 7 seconds left there. He was not fully forced into it, but that's a shot you want to see MTA take if you're Coach Levy here.
And Tal Levy's got it, top of the key. Gives it over to Lazary at the wing. Over to Amstelem in the corner. Back to Levy. Driving in. Tries to give it out, and that's going to be a charging foul on Levy as Book took the hit. And it's going to be MTA ball.
As you have Wolk coming in to replace Buck here. And we got a timeout for Coach Levy, and we'll go to break here with MTA still leading at 37-31.
And we're keeping it.
Oh, we're going to keep it live here.
And NCSY Summer is the premier summer trip provider for Jewish teens around the world. With over 20-plus programs spanning the U.S., Israel, and Europe, NCSY Summer has a program for you. Visit summer.ncsy.org to learn more and choose your summer experience today. And
we got to continue fighting the. We got to keep this one going, and we got a good game here, a 6-point game with 5.25 minutes left to try to finish out this one in the first game of 2 here in the Max Stern Athletic Saturday tonight.
And Halbert's taking it up for MTA. Let's see what they do here out of the timeout. Gives it over to Rudman. Rudman back to Schwartz. Schwartz. Good screen by Wolk. Wolk on the pick and roll, gives it to Shmuel. And he gets it to go. 39-31 MTA.
That's Yosef Shmuel's 12th point here, as he's the leading scorer of everyone here tonight.
And Lazary's got it top of the key. Gives it over to Freundlich. Tries to get it inside for Bodak. The pass is tipped by Shmuel, and now Rudman's got it. The layup, and he gets it to go. The fast-baked layup by Rudman off the steal by Yosef Shmuel. Extends the lead to 10. And Drazen gives it over to Amstelem. Inside to Freundlich. And that's going to be a foul on the side by number 34, Yosef Shmuel. Fans, make sure to stay tuned for the quick post-game show after the game, and then we're getting ready for Sky High Maimonides immediately after the game. Link for the following game is in the description of this video. And then it gets into Ruben Drazen. Down low for Bodak. Bodak tries to get it to go. No good. Rebound Schwartz. Schwartz. Full court over to Shmuel, and they're going to call a travel on Shmuel as he couldn't land properly with the ball.
It was a good look for A.B. Schwartz, but he threw it a little too far because that was what was forced with the look at the defense there, and Yosef Shmuel couldn't come down with it cleanly, having to avoid the baseline from stepping out of bounds. He ended up traveling, trying to catch that ball cleanly. As MTA has extended their lead so far in this quarter, it was a 6-point lead. They had 2 quick buckets here, and we're approaching 4 minutes left in this game with a 10-point lead for MTA.
Bodak's got it inside. Gives it in for Levy. Amstelem for 3, and he got it to go. Cutting the lead to 7 with just under 4 minutes to go.
that's a big shot as Montreal looks to pick up defensive pressure here as they try to stay in this game and maybe if they could win this in regulation, at the very least force overtime as they want to play real games
Rudman
tomorrow.
for three, and no good. Rebound Bodak. And Levy driving. The layup, no good, but that's rebounded by Bodak. Bodak back up, and he gets it to go. And just like that, the lead is cut in half as Coach Sullivan is going to call timeout for MTA.
As this Montreal crowd gets very raucous here, as they're very excited to see those two quick buckets making it a two-score game here as we head towards the final 3 minutes of this game here.
Yeah, coming out of the previous timeout, it looked like MTA was on fire, but all of a sudden Montreal turned it around like that. We've got big news. We're excited to announce that Camp Step It Up is moving to Hobart College in Geneva, New York for summer 2022. Camp's going to start on June 22nd and end on August 3rd. Hobart is located just 4.5 hours north of New York City, and buses will be offered to camp from New York City and Teaneck every week. Camp is open to all boys and girls, grades 3 through 12, with 1 to 6 week options available. Gorgeous campus facilities include air-conditioned rooms, indoor basketball courts, a weight room, a lakefront, and beachfront on and near campus, lounges, and more. For more information, email office@campstepitup.com or visit timetostepitup.com.
If you're MTA here, you gotta look to the clock can be your friend here. Just because there's a shot clock doesn't mean you need to worry so much. Maybe you could tick off a few more ticks per possession from this clock as you try to prevent Montreal from coming back and taking this lead here as you try to close out this game as MTA.
And Halpert's got it in the backcourt.
As this crowd could become a real factor here in the final minutes here, as MTA isn't used to having an opposing crowd playing such a factor in their home gym.
Cook has it, tries to get it to Schwartz, but that's stolen by Montreal and Dave Bodak. Gives it up to Tal Levy. Tal Levy's got it. Gives it to Amsalem. Amsalem, pull up, and he gets it to go. It's a one-possession game here with 3 minutes to go.
That's a good job out of the timeout again by Montreal here.
And A.B. Schwartz has it. Gives it up to Ezra Halpert. Over to Gabe Rudman. Gives it to A.B. Schwartz. Inside for Yosef Shmuel, and he can't get the two to fall, but gets his own rebound. Kicks it out for three, A.B. Schwartz, and he gets it to go.
That's a big shot. Good recovery there by Yosef Shmuel to get the offensive board to get the second chance. It's not something you want to see. That's sometimes the bigger team gets some offensive boards there, and that could have a major impact on this game as we go on to 2.5 minutes left in this game.
And Amstel's pass is tipped, and MTA is going to get it with 2:15 to go. Schwartz gives it over to Halpert, and they get it over half court with Rudman, and that's going to be a kick ball by Montreal.
As that was good pressure, MTA got worried there when Rudman threw that one. Thank goodness it was called a kick ball. MTA keeps the ball here, but you gotta deal with Montreal applying increased pressure, which is interesting to keep it going. You're not going to be able to have Drazen on the floor defensively here. Could MTA take advantage of size here?
And Donnie Wolk tries to get it to go, no good. Rebound A.B. Schwartz, and they're going to reset.
I stand corrected. Drazen is in this game. Continued here with four fouls here.
And Ezra Halpert for three. That's no good. And Montreal able to pull the board. They're going to press. Tal Levy tries to kick it out to Lasry, and that's not going to go. And he almost gets a steal again, but secured by Donnie Wolk. And A.B. Schwartz has it, 1.5 minutes to go. Gives it to Rudman at the wing. Montreal pressing intensely over here. And it's going to be out of bounds off of number 15, Johnny Amsalem.
As we've got some good defense here, but if you can't get a bucket here, you're not going to be able to come back in this one. If you're in Montreal, time could be a major factor here as we take under 1.5 minutes left.
Inbounded to Halpert, and he's going to be fouled over there by
Drazen. That's his fifth.
No, it's by Tal Levy, number 21. It's only his second, and that's going to be Montreal's sixth. So the next one is going to send MTA to the line for shots.
If you're MTA, do you try to target Drazen here with 4 fouls, maybe?
Maybe, but that looks like, ooh, Halpert got a little tackled over there. They play on. Donnie Wolk's got it. gives it over to Rudman. Rudman gives it over to Schwartz. Schwartz up top for Donnie Wolk. And he's fouled by number 21, Tal Levy. And that's going to be Tal Levy's third, team 7th. And I wonder if that's what they were trying to do, get Donnie Wolk to the line, having missed all those free throws in the first half.
Agreed, but that's a little too much time ticked off the clock. You had the opportunity to foul Halpert. I understand it. 1-1. If you miss the first, that's a turnover. I understand he's the better free throw shooter, but sometimes time is important.
And just like that, Donnie Wolk hits the first one, making it a 3-possession game over here for Montreal.
As the move by Coach Levy to tick off some extra time and try to get Wolk to miss the first doesn't pay off here.
And Wolk is not able to make the second one. That's rebounded by Drazen. Drazen. And now Lazry's got it. Over to Levy. Back to Lazry. They're going to want to hurry here. Inside to Bodak. Corner for Amsalem. No good. Drives. Pull up. And that's no good. Rebounded by Donnie Wolk. Now imagine they'll try to foul here. Halper gives it over to Schwartz. Forward to Rudman. Gives it over to Yosef Shmuel in the open court. Donnie Wolk now. Halper. Schwartz as they're just playing keep away. Over to Rudman. And finally, they're able to get in the foul. But keep in mind, that's Tal Levy again. That's now 4 for him. So now they got Drazen and Tal Levy, who are in serious foul trouble here with 40 seconds to go, down 7, with Gabriel Rudman coming to the line for 1-on-1.
As that's tough for Montreal, not getting the basket down there. Looks to probably have closed out this game here for a win for MTA as Rudman hits the first one here.
And as Usher said, Rudman hits the first one, making it an 8-point game. And the second one is up. And that's no good. Rebounded by Bodak. They got to hurry here.
If you're
Levy.
MTA, make sure not to foul. You don't want to give them free throws here.
Levy gives it over to Amsalem. Pressed heavily. Gives it over to Levy. And that pass cannot be handled by Lazry as it's going to be MTA ball here with 28.2 to go, down 8. I wonder if Montreal even fouls here at all or just lets him go out.
Looks like they're going to continue the pressure, which may mean they might look to foul, play it out to the final whistle, as crazier things have happened before. But if they continue to play this keep away successfully, there's nothing you can do here.
Shmuel has it. And it's over to Donnie Wolk. And he's fouled by Aaron Lazry over there. 19.3 seconds to go. Tal Levy a little hesitant to foul Yosef Shmuel, knowing that he has 4 fouls. Instead, waits for them to give it over. And Aaron Lazry picks it up. That's only his second.
As MTA is going to empty the bench here, as this game appears to be over with an 8-point game with 19.3 seconds, considering that Montreal's target fouling. That's something you want to see if you're Montreal.
Yeah, coming into the game for MTA, number 11, Eitan Haskellhorn, as Hasselkorn as Donnie Wolk hits the first one. Make sure to stay tuned for the Clip postgame show with interviews with the stars of today's game and our amazing sideline reporter S.J. Tenenbaum. As Wolk goes up for the second one and he hits it, and I believe he's going to be subbed out here. Yitzi Paris are coming in for MTA. 19.3 to go. Tal Levy's got it.
As it appears, we're going to get 3 MTA players for the interview here with Yosef Shmuel, Rudman, and Donnie Wolk here.
And that goes out of bounds off of Montreal. And I'd imagine they're just going to let him dribble it out over here. And it's inbounded to Hasselkorn, sorry. As he takes it down, and they're just going to let the clock go as MTA moves on to play the winner of tonight's game, Sky High Maimonides. And the Heat are going to go on to take on the loser of that game in the consolation bracket. Now we're going to go over to the Clip postgame show. welcome back, everyone. As the MTA Lions defeat the Hillel Heat. We're here with the
Not the Hillel Heat, the Hebrew Academy
the
Montreal
Hebrew
Heat.
Academy of Montreal Heat. Excuse me. This post-game show is sponsored by Clipped, and we're here on the sideline with S.J. Tenenbaum, who's here to interview Donnie Wolk, Gabe Rudman, and it looks like Yosef Shmuel over there in the corner. So we'll give it to S.J. Tenenbaum with the interview.
Thank you guys very much. I'm here with the players of the game, Mr. Yosef Shmuel, Gavriel Rudman, and Donnie Wolk. Yosef, 13 points. Donnie, 10 points. Gavriel, 9 points. What did you guys do tonight to come out strong against this Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat team?
You know, I think we were ourselves. I mean, we knew that. We had a tough game against Valley Torah the first game, and then against Hillel we were kind of down by that, and we lost that. But we knew that we just had to come out and be ourselves and just like get that same energy, and that's what we did. We did exactly that.
For sure. Donnie, what do you think?
We just got to be aggressive, keeping aggressive. There's going to be a lot of runs, but we just got to move the ball around, and that's what we did.
Gavriel, we didn't worry about you. What are your thoughts?
We hit some big shots, and we got the dub. That's what it all counts.
Anyone special at home you want to shout out watching? I know your parents are here, Yosef.
My sister's right there, Molly.
Anyone to shout out, Donnie?
My grandmother from Muncie, I love you, and Rabbi from Dallas, you're the best.
Gavriel, any shout outs for you?
Shout out to my boy, A.B. Rosenberg.
Last question for you guys, and we celebrate. What do you guys have to do to secure a Tier 3 championship in this Sarachek tournament?
Like I said, we just got to be ourselves. We can't slack. If we slack, we're not winning anything. We just got to keep being aggressive. We got to keep getting excited, and we'll get that.
Effort and defense.
Good short answer. I like it.
Defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships. You heard it here. I'll see you back in Edison, New Jersey. Yosef Shmuel, Donnie Wolk, Gavriel Rudman, players of the game for the MTA Lions. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, SJ. That was just a Clip post-game show. Clips, proud sponsor of 2021 MLB draft pick Ellie Kligman. Show who you are. No compromises. And that's going to wrap it up for us over here at the Max Stern Athletic Center as MTA Lions defeat the Hebrew Academy of the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat. And have a good night, everybody.